Welcome to Father's Day Live. We are flexing the technology. I'm your host, Mal Hall, and joining me as always, my co-host, Erik Rivera. This is Father's Day, the live show. Two dads, too funny, too tired. What's up, Erik?
Too tired? Is that what we're doing? We're too tired? How you doing?
Oh my God!
You're coming live from the car. Did you get kicked out? What happened?
I'm coming to you live from the elementary school parking lot. So here's the deal, everybody. I was not happy with the video quality on my end last week, and because we have terrible internet at the house, and so I was like, let me try to use Verizon's network, and that means I'm in the car. But I feel like the picture is more clear, my audio is going to be better, and it's just a better looking show if I do it this way. So
yeah, the only risk is police wondering why you're hanging out by a school. Just creepily.
Well, I mean, my pants are on.
Okay.
I have a kid. I swear, follow me to my kid.
Yeah, you do. You got one of the cutest kids on the internet. Can we talk about that?
Oh, my guy. He is loving this country life, man. Just getting to go outside and get dirty every day and play in the mud and in the water.
Yeah, dude, when you said you were moving country, you have this idea in your head, and then I'm seeing the pictures and videos, and I don't know how many times I've looked at it and gone, oh, wow, he's out there.
Yeah, man, it's a two stop sign town. You know, people go, it's a one stoplight town. We don't even have stoplights in this town. Two stop signs, and it's country, man. It's country as country could be, and it's 102 degrees, so it's summer in the country right now, and it is not fun.
Dang. Well, no, I'm enjoying the pictures and stuff, but let's talk about this real quick.
Oh no.
And I think
First of all, let me wait before you start. Before you start, I don't like that. I don't like that I'm doing it this way because I have no control over any part of the production.
What are you talking about, dude? You're the co-host. You got full control. Is that not? Huh? Is that not what's happening? You don't got control, dude?
All right, let's see. What's the beef?
Let me tell you what my beef is with you, and I think I speak for all parents out there. Your picture quality and your video quality and your editing is setting the bar too high for all dads everywhere. Too high. Too high. Like, you could have posted that video.
What are you talking about?
You could have posted that video, and it's adorable. He goes in, reaches for the water. Oh, hilarious. But you put in the slow-mo aspect. We got to see the one in slow. Like, it's setting all other dads up for failure. You understand?
Look,
because at some point somebody's watching it like, oh, babe, look at Mal, and she looks at it and she goes, oh, that's adorable. Wait, why don't you post like this about our kid? And that starts fights, Mal. And in a quarantine and a lockdown, that is not a good thing.
Look, man, I'm just trying to capture these little miniature time capsules, of Colino, and I used the iPhone. That video was shot and edited all on the iPhone.
I don't believe you're shooting on. Is it like the iPhone 13? Is it the one that hasn't come out yet? 14? What are you working with?
No, I don't.
Are you posing
Look,
him? That's
as
the
a matter
question.
of
Did
fact,
you set him up? Do you like, hey, all right, we're gonna put one leg up. I lay down like this.
no. So I try to have the camera ready at all times, so I can just grab the candidates. I try to be really good with candidates. One thing that bugs me about Instagram or just people is posting fake candidates where it's like, look, I'm gonna pretend to do this and then take the picture. Those always, they're cheap to me. So I try to have the camera ready so I could do the take the candid photos of Colino. But that picture, that was definitely not staged. All the stage pictures, he's not really patient for them. Like when we had to do did you guys do every month, take a picture of him on the blanket with he's 6 months now. Yeah.
A little bit.
I was forced to do that. And Colino didn't want to do it, man. He would just try to crawl away, and we kept putting him the thing. So I have the camera, and when he's doing real cute things, I try to capture it.
You just try to catch the cuteness. That's what you're saying. But the slow mo like that.
That's what I do.
That was a feature the iPhone did on its own. Come on.
Look, your iPhone that you have is better than mine. I have the cheap iPhone. You have the top of the line. I have a special on HBO iPhone.
Oh wow, that's what we got, dude. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. That's crazy. So yesterday, I had to go to 4-year checkup.
You told me about this. How'd it go?
We had to get shots. I don't know why shots make me so angry. Well, I do know why shots make me so angry. Number one, my wife never goes. Oh, I can't. I got this meeting. I feel like she makes up meetings. I got this meeting. I can't go. Oh, shots. I can't take them. So then I'm bad guy. So that anytime they think shots, they think me. You know? He had to go get shots. I also don't like that the doctor throws me under the bus because the doctor comes in. She does the preliminary. Let me check your ears. Okay. He looks great. She plays with him, has a good time. She does good cop. All right. The nurse will be in a moment, and she'll take care of everything else. So then me and the nurse are bad cop. Like, I don't understand why I got to be in that room. Like, why do I have to be bad cop? He's associating that pain with me. So sure enough, my man got 2 shots. Bye-bye. The boosters. And somehow did not cry, which I was excited by. I talked him through it. I said, look, what's going to happen? She's going to come in. And it's going to make you giggle, man. Tee-hee-hee. Like, that's the game I played. And he did say tee-hee-hee, but I could tell it hurt. His eyes welled up. His eyes just welled up.
I can't hear you.
What happened? What? You can't hear me at all?
God.
I think it's on you.
Damn it.
Hold on.
All right. How about now? Oh, well, we've lost Mal. So anyway, so we went 4-year checkup. Boom. Got the shots. And it made me a little sad too, because now he's at the age 4 is when they finally, they're bigger at this point. Hold on. Mal is back. Hold on. Let's get Mal back in. Are we good now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You were saying you hate shots.
I hate shots because it's a setup. You go in, you're the bad guy. Even the doctor's good guy because she comes in and gets all the fun stuff. Heart, blood pressure. Oh, you're so big. I'm going to go. Nurse is going to come in. And then it's all downhill from there. But did not cry. Got both. No cry. He wanted to.
How many? 2 shots?
2 shots.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad. Who are you? What sadistic kind of guy are you?
Yo, one time Colino had to get like 4 shots. He had to get like the flu shot and this and this and this. Is this him after?
No, this is him at the appointment. By the way, when we hit 4 or 5, at 4, they're big enough where they wear the gown. Like usually it's like strip him down to diaper, and now he's like a big boy. I gotta hide my privates. I'm in a gown. Which made me sad because I'm like, now you're no longer like, you know, you got Kalino at the Kalino age. Once he hits 4, then it's like, oh, Dad. He's got a little undies on. He pees standing up. It's crazy.
Tell me this. Is Maddox, is he good with the needles? Because like Kalino, he took like 3 shots one time and didn't even like move, like he didn't feel it.
No, he did. He felt that. So I started coaching him. I was like, hey, they're gonna come in for shots. He's like, I don't want shots. I was like, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be and you're gonna laugh. Ha he. And he said he, but you could see his eyes welled up like Pixar cartoon. Just, and I was like, no, you're good, man. And did not cry. Now here's the fun story. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Doctor checks him out. She's done with the checkup right before he gets the shots. Me and the doctor talking. Do you have any questions? I was like, no, I'm good. Maddox, do you have any questions? He goes, yes. And I was like, oh, because I don't know what this kid is ever gonna say. You never know what he's gonna say. And he goes, can I borrow this dress? Talking about the gown. She said, wait, I'm sorry, what? Can I borrow this dress? And she looks at me, she's like, is he asking to borrow the gown? And I was like, yeah. She starts laughing, dude, hysterically. She's like, in all my years as a doctor, no child has ever wanted to take the gown home.
Wow.
He goes, it looks just like my mommy's, which says a lot about Katie's clothing.
Yeah.
His head's like hospital gown, designer dress, same thing. She gave him the gown. She goes, please take it.
That's awesome.
So he's been walking around here with the gown on, which, by the way, outside of the doctor's office, he just looks like a crazy mental patient walking around the house, just in a gown, in a hospital gown.
Our kid has needs that are special, and this is the shirt that he wears.
I'm half expecting somebody to like come visit and go, wait, is there something wrong with your kid? No, he just he stole the gown.
Did he wear it out?
Yes, he didn't want to take it off.
Now here's a question for you, as like I'm looking at you like a veteran dad. You've been in the game 7 years. I'm still a rookie. What is the protocol after shot day? Like, did you take him for ice cream? Do you go to the park? Like,
we can't go to the park because of lockdown.
Right.
But my protocol as a veteran dad, and I think every dad does this. I might be wrong, but I feel so guilty. I give him the world. What do you want, buddy? You just got 2 needles jammed in the arm. Whatever. You want ice cream for dinner? Sure. What do you want? Chocolates? Why not? Yeah, we went to. It's so fun. We went to McDonald's because right there. And he likes the little McDonald's toys, and you can just go get the toys. So we get in line, and you could always hear the disappointment in the voice of the drive-thru. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? I'm like, oh, yeah, let me get 2 of the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Oh, so you want 2 Happy Meals? No, hold on. 2 of the toys. You just want the toys? Yeah, the 2 toys. Anything else? No. Okay.
How much did the toys cost? I didn't know you could do that.
They're like $1.50, depending on what it is.
Okay, Joe, relax.
What's up, Joe? What's up on the phone cold?
That's hilarious. I'm gonna that's a pro tip right there. If you're a dad and you have little kids.
Well, I'll even take it a step further. Because you can go collect all of them. You can say, oh, whatever toys you got, give them to me. If you want, I would create like a treasure chest at home. Like as Kalino gets older, like a reward system. Like, hey man, you do this, this, and this, you get a toy from the treasure chest, and it becomes a fun thing. And those toys are like $1.50. They break, you throw them out. Who cares?
Right.
Gone. You know,
disposable toys, and they change all the time.
Yeah, that's great. And for $1 something, instead of going to Target and dropping $10 a toy. That's it.
And you don't have to get out of the car.
Nope, don't have to get out of the car, and you don't have to order nothing. Unless you really want something to eat, go ahead, knock it out.
What's your favorite thing to eat at McDonald's?
Dude, it's so funny you bring this up. So the last time I ate McDonald's, I was at Cincinnati. I was in Cincinnati at a club called Go Bananas.
Okay.
This was, I was working with this other comic, Lisa Landry. I was opening for her. She's a good friend of mine, and she's like, "Oh, I want you to meet the guy. I'll get you in the club." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And you would go do the club. Have you ever done Go Bananas?
No.
So the people that own Go Bananas, they also own this bar right next door. So you would, and then you go next door, and they had like a bell, and every time the bell went off, it was like 25-cent shots. It was like that kind of town. Bing! I went drinking. Bing! Oh yeah! I hate shots, but as you start drinking them, they just start getting easier and easier. So the next day, I wake up. I'm like, oh, you know what would taste so good that I haven't had in forever? I'm gonna get a Big Mac. Big Macs are delicious. That's what I remember. No, it was like a late, dude. It was like 11 o'clock. I was like, I'm gonna have a Big Mac. Boom. McDonald's is right there. You know when you do the comedy clubs, like all the bad choices are right there. The comedy club hotel, never near a salad store or a Whole Foods.
No.
It's always like, you want McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Applebee's. Go ahead.
And then right behind that is a strip club that has a buffet.
Yeah. So I went and got a Big Mac, dude. And at the moment, it was the most delicious thing I ever had. Let's say, I don't remember the specific times, but let's say this was like 11:30. Amazing. 12:30, 1 o'clock. I start getting these sharp pains. The only way I can explain it, it was like my body was like, all right, we got to get this Big Mac out of here. What's the quickest route? Let's go through the belly button. It wasn't even like, let's find the exit. No, it was like, let's just go this way.
That bad.
Dude, I had to call down to the front desk. I remember it was like a young kid. I was like, hey, man, I need, in the gift shop, do you guys have Alka-Seltzer? He's like, no, we don't. I was like, look, man, I will throw you $20. I need you to get me Alka-Seltzer. And I need you to bring it to my room. I can't move. I couldn't move, dude. I was on the bed just like laying there like, I can't, like the pain was so bad. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die by Big Mac. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I was not loving it.
So what happened?
I was like, yo, you're going to have to come into my room. I was like, I know this sounds crazy. Trust me, I'm not crazy. I have shows tonight. I don't think I can move. I don't think I'm going to be able to do these shows. I feel awful. You have to bring it into the room and I will throw you $20. The kid was like, no, please, you don't have to throw. I was like, no, dude, please, you're saving me here. He does it. He brings it into the room. He sees me like laying there. He's like, oh, are you all right? Do I need to call an ambulance? And you know what? Like, I didn't have health insurance back then when you don't have, no, don't call nobody. I got this. Yeah. I know what I need. Dude, I was the king of I know what I need. I got a headache, I need Red Bull, Tylenol, and Sudafed. I'm going to knock this out.
But you're bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
Give me the Tylenol.
Give it to me, and I got this. Dude, I took the Alka-Seltzer. The show was like at 8, about 7 o'clock. Like I was able to like slowly get out of bed, somewhat shower. Dude, that was the last time I've had a McDonald's meal where I was just like, nope, never again.
And that was years ago.
Years ago.
Do you think that your body just reacted to the McDonald's food, or do you think you just got a?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the booze. I don't know if it was the hangover. I don't know if it was McDonald's. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, my body's like, don't do that again. And I haven't had McDonald's. Never felt that pain again.
So I don't eat meat, so I've never had a Big Mac.
I was like an idiot. I was about to be like, you're missing out. But I just told you that story. No, good call, man. Good call.
I eat fish, so every once in a while, like if I'm in an airport remember airports? If I'm in the airport and I'm in like outside of the country, like I was in Japan airport, and they have English on the menu, but like the food, none of the food was appetizing. Right. Like McDonald's and Starbucks, it's like the American embassy when you travel if you aren't adventurous with your eating, which I am adventurous, but in the airport sometimes you just want something quick. Like I'll get a fillet of fish, but I think like McDonald's French fries like 2 times a year kind of hit the spot. and then the ice cream cone.
Oh, ice cream cone.
Like, I'll get the ice cream cone because it's cheap. It's like $1, I think, and you get like the perfect amount of ice cream. Like, you don't need that much, and it's just like, boom, chocolate covered. No, I'm good. I'll just get the vanilla. What was I gonna say? The thing about calling down to the lobby and having the dude help you, like, how long did it take you to make that call? Like, was it a pride thing where you're like,
oh, I waited a little bit. It was like one of those things where I started getting the pain. I was like, yeah, if I lay here, it'll go away. But then as showtime starts getting closer, like at like 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need some help. This is not going away.
Yo, why didn't you just call Lisa?
I don't know. Now that you mention it, I don't know. I just thought the front desk would have more answers for me. That's a good. I don't know. So hold on. How's moving in going for you?
So the moving in. And by the way, bear with us, guys, because we don't really have a topic today because I didn't find one.
I've got topics. I've got topics. This question is going to lead into the next thing. I've got topics. Don't just go behind the curtain and say I don't got topics.
Look, I'm very transparent with my audience, with our audience. The move is going okay, man. My mom, I have an Asian mom, so it's like my mom's an Asian mom, which anyone out there, if you're Asian, you understand what that means. She's just a little crazy. I think mothers of like all people of color sort of share that, you know, I have a crazy mom type thing. And keep in mind, it was her idea for us to move into her house to save money. But as soon as we got in, those first few days were a little rocky because my mom is a very regimented person. Like, she likes doing things a certain way, and she's a routine person. And so we moved in, and her entire world got, etch-a-sketch, shake, and she didn't really handle it well. And so we had like 3 days where it was touch and go with like, did we make the right decision? Like, I don't know if she wants us to be here. Like, are we going to be able to do this for the long haul? And fortunately for me, like, I've known my mom my entire life. So I knew like she's just being a little crazy because her world is changing.
Right.
But Carlene, it was like, whoa, this is like I haven't seen this lady before.
Yeah, because the most she had interacted with her was like whenever you guys came around in spurts of like, oh, hey, oh, this is great. It's like, like you ever have somebody in your life that like, they're so awesome. And then you like, we should go for a weekend or something. And then you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Or a road trip. You're like, oh boy.
That's the worst. That's the worst when you're like, when you know somebody only from good times, but the good times are so good that you don't realize that was only like 2 hours, or that was an hour and a half. And then you're like, yeah, let's go to Spain. And you're like, in the airport, you're like, this is a bad idea. Oh no, I got a week.
So wait, so who's with Kalino right now? Your mom or Carlene?
Carlene's off work, so she's with Kalino.
Oh, you don't have to do one of these right here? That dad had a Zoom call, but his kid wanted to snuggle.
Wow.
Dude, please tell me you following that. Like, there's this BuzzFeed thing of like parents almost losing their minds during this lockdown, but finding creative ways of dealing with their kids.
How does that conversation go? Okay, Dad's got a call. I need you to snuggle up with this pillow with my T-shirt on it. And how thirsty is that kid? And kind of, that's very sad that the kid was like, okay. Like,
at least he put an underarm shirt on it.
Come on.
Dude, this parent right here, this one made me laugh. And I think you'd appreciate this. So, like, when you're trying to get stuff done, but like Kalino's still at an age, like, yeah, he wants your attention. He'll crawl over and like, Like these kids are just kind of like, daddy, daddy, daddy. You've seen it, you laugh because I've got that bit where I'm like, daddy, dad, dad, and you're like, that's not true. And then you're around and you go, oh wow. So this parent did almost like the college sock on the doorknob. So like anytime they need to get some work done to keep their kids out, they put like a T-shirt up on the doorknob. So it's no longer, hey, we getting busy in here. It's just listen, I gotta do these charts and these numbers.
Look, I'm on a conference call. I mean, you see the underwear on the door, just go away. Do you have a system with your kids? Like, do they know, like right now, like, oh, dad's doing his?
Yeah, they're so whenever I have a call with them, they do like movie night. What's up, Joseph? Where they go in the back and they'll watch the movie. Sometimes I'll make them popcorn or snacks. For the most part, they know, all right, dad's gonna be the next hour doing something. Okay. But the door's open. I can hear them. They can come in at any moment. So luckily for me, it's not like I have this important, not that this is important, but I don't have an important conference call with like the CEO of a company where if my kids walk in like, yay, like it ruins the whole deal and we lose billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're comedians, so if they walk in, we can make them part of the show.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's the benefit for Carlene of having an unemployed fiance is that I just watch Kalina all day. So she can literally work uninterrupted all day. And we just, I mean, this is like, I have this, and then I have the podcast I do with Candace, and that's like the two things that I have to like do, like go to do. Otherwise, I'm just in the house entertaining them. Yeah. Wow.
Listen, I like showing these because sometimes I think as parents we feel we are all alone in this fight. Look, you got to get creative, yo.
Yo, build some shoes with your Legos.
She made some Lego shoes, and I bet you that kept the kid entertained for at least an hour. That's some craftsmanship. What's up, Joe?
What up, Joe?
Yeah, dude. Like I have just been hilariously finding like what these parents are getting through. Because, dude, sometimes like I'm going through it and I'm just like, I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to keep them active. Like today, I set up a slip and slide, and the reason we bought the slip and slide was because number one, it was like 100 degrees, but the other reason was I bought it because growing up, I didn't have a slip and slide.
So did you go?
I didn't go. No, they were jumping in it and sliding. I feel like I'm at an age where I could break something.
Come on, man.
I haven't eaten McDonald's since '94. Yeah, Joseph, I'm with you, dude. I haven't eaten it forever, but sometimes I don't know what it is about those golden arches that kids just gravitate towards.
I mean, the apple pie at McDonald's is pretty solid as well.
But this parent right here, if your kid is like, I don't know, like I said, you can get the toys, right?
Right.
If you don't want to feed your kid McDonald's, because we've all seen those articles like, chicken nuggets aren't real chicken. It's this weird pink goop, and you're just like, ugh. This parent right here, she created her own McDonald's like bags and stuff, and feeds them whatever food she cooks. Genius. She made her own McDonald's containers. Joe, you can make your own golden arches. Hey, I'm not mad at that either.
Lockdown McDonald's.
Like if you looked at it like real quick, you'd go, "Oh, they have McDonald's." Like you wouldn't even question it.
But that's the thing too. At a certain point, if you don't train your kids that like, or I guess kids are just kids. I don't, obviously Kalina's not old enough to like be picky about food. Are your kids picky? Like I have friends that are like, my kid will only eat X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, what kind of house did you grow up in? Like we grew up, and I know you grew up the same way, where it's like whatever food the parents put on the table is like what we had to eat. There was no options, and so kids might want McDonald's, but if you're going, no, we're not having McDonald's, but I'm gonna make some French fries, and if it makes them taste better to you, I'll put them in this thing. That's like a genius. Like I'm stealing it.
So my kids aren't picky, but again, because they go to like the older one goes to school and he's got cousins, he learns about stuff. Like we consciously never gave him McDonald's growing up because it was like, you know, we would eat whatever we ate, and that's you eat what we eat,
Right.
you know. Now he's starting to get a little pickier. Like kids go through this whole thing, and it's so funny because it's like it's about texture. It's not necessarily about the taste, because like he'll tell me, oh, I don't like I'll make Maddox grilled cheese. Oh, I don't like cheese. But in the same breath, he'll go, oh, can I get pizza? I'm like, that's cheese, dude. I like butter noodles. I don't like red sauce. But you like pizza, dude. That's got red. You like these things, and they get to an age too where, you know, they try to make their own choices, and they fight you. Like you'll be like, oh, try this. This is amazing. Oh, I don't like that. But you've never tried it. You don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, you fight me, didn't want to try mangoes. Like as a baby, ate mangoes. Then he got to an age, oh, it's the textures. It's weird. I don't like that. He likes crisp, like apples.
Huh.
That just happens to every kid. Like the things he's eating now, he won't eat in a couple of years, and then it'll change again in a couple of years. So you have to sort of, you know, go with their tastes. Trust me, growing up, I didn't have choices. Oh, yeah. Do you want or you want It was like, here's dinner. Oh, but I didn't want this. Huh? Oh, well, then you don't want dinner. Go to bed. Oh, you know what? I want dinner.
Like I find myself doing that with Kalino. Like Carlene is white, and she's a little bit more. She like whatever your stereotype, like whatever you think in your head when I say like raise them white, is kind of what she does.
Right.
Like he's, you know, a little over 1, like a couple months, you know, and she's asking him questions while she's getting the food. Like, do you want this? Do you want this, buddy? What about this? And I'm like, I don't say anything because it's like, I mean, it's my first time being a parent too, so it's like who am I to tell her how to do it? But it's just like, bro, I think we could be heading down a bad road if we're just giving options all the time. It's like,
I know, there comes a point where you have to give them options because you want them to feel like their own person to make decisions. You know, right. Like Maddox, hey, do you want to wear this shirt or this shirt? Oh, I want to wear it, because now it's a choice he's made, and he feels like he's a big boy. But I'm with you. Sometimes you're like in a rush. You're like, we don't have time for the choices. And of course, you want to wear your shoes. You want to wear your flip flops. You want to wear your boots. I'm like, you're giving them too many. Just put the shoes on. We got to go. No,
and these are all signs, by the way, that we're doing decent in life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because if we were struggling more than we are now, like, you know, like you go down a tier, then it's like, oh, there's like not even a question about thinking about options, because this is the option right here.
Right.
So these are good problems to have, but it's like, I don't know if I'm handling it correctly. Like the other day, Kalina wouldn't eat. What is this?
So this lady teaching her kids a lesson about options. One is ice cream, one is refried beans.
Dude, refried beans in a cone sounds kind of good. Put some salsa on top.
I love that you made it a snack. It's not a plantain chip cone. It's a sugar cone, dude.
Yeah, that's fine. A little sweet and savory. Tell me this, Eric. Am I a bad dad? Kalino wouldn't eat. He wouldn't eat like the squash. Like I gave him squash out of the garden, and he eats squash all the time, right? But I was like, this is gonna be his snack or whatever, and he was definitely hungry because we do sign language, so he was going food, and he wouldn't eat it, and so I was like, okay, cool. Well, we're not eating then, and then I took him outside, and he's starving, and then we play for a little bit, 5-10 minutes, and then he's like, I'm like, okay, and I took him back in and gave him the same squash again, and he's like, no, 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 and I'm like, I know that he eats it. And I'm like, okay, cool, well, let's go play some more. Like, I kept taking him to play until he ate the squash.
And did he?
Yeah.
So he was giving you the sign language of food. You were giving him squash. Then you say no. Were you then giving him the sign for F off? Like, is all you got?
No, I just kept forcing him. I just kept forcing him to have the squash until he would take the squash. But I don't know if it's too early to give him, like, to treat him that way. If I should have just switched to like applesauce, but it's like, or whatever the next, like, we have snacks available, but I just feel like he doesn't know what he wants yet.
Right. But he kind of does. I don't think you're a bad person by, making him eat the squash. But I think you could give him an option. It's not like you're giving him an option like, hey man, you want squash or candy? It could be just, boom, let you pick what fruit you want, what vegetable you want. That way you get to know more or less what they like. Like, at lunch and at breakfast, I try to make it a point to give the kids fruit. Because if I don't, they don't pick fruit. Oh, Dad, I want that delicious banana. Like, you have to, as they start getting older, like, hey man, you want grapes? You want strawberries? What do you want?
Yeah.
You got to eat one of the fruits. You got to eat one of the vegetables, So I think it's not like you would be like hot Cheetos or squash. Which one you want?
Yeah, he is definitely in a stage right now where he is like trying to dictate what he eats. Like, and if he sees it, like, I put fruit last because Kalino loves fruit, watermelon, mango. He's like crushing tomatoes right now, strawberries, blueberries, but I put that last. Like, I try to give him the food first, and that's like his dessert. But if he even sees the bowl, he'll just shut down whatever the actual meal is and start pointing at the fruit.
What's fun to do at that age is blending the fruits and vegetables and making like ice pop. Because in their heads, like, I'm having an ice pop. And you're just, yeah, man. Dude, I used to get like different like shaped molds, like rocket ships and stuff. And that's at that age. Because like sometimes they'll do the thing like, I don't. All right, cool. Hey, you want a popsicle? And you show them the popsicle. They get excited. Little do they know, inside that popsicle, I had kale, I had squash, I had that. And then you got to put the fruit in to sweeten it. So they're having their fruits and vegetables. This is delicious, Dad. Mm-hmm.
And did you reveal it to them? Like,
as they get older, and then like, other like our my in-laws or my or my mother would take them out. Like, you could see the look in there like, that wasn't ice cream. This is ice cream. Grammy took me to go get actual ice cream. This is ice cream. What were you feeding me? He was just like, so you could trigger for so long until finally somebody gives them the actual thing.
That was a mashed potato popsicle you had.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my kids are at the age now where, dude, they snack all day. Like, you're lucky there's moments of the day like they just constantly, can we get a snack? I'm like, you just ate. We're starving. This is like your seventh snack today. This mom right here had me dying, and it's something I might adopt here at the house, where she set up prices for the snacks. And this is how they earn money. They can clean their room for $20. Clean the bathroom $15, and it's all Monopoly money. So they have to do these chores, and they can get snacks, different tiers of snacks.
That's genius.
Yeah, I think I might be adopting this system at the house.
That's genius. What's the price? I can't see. What's the big ticket item up there?
So the big ticket item, $250 is brownies. $100 it is. What does that say? That says, I don't know, actually. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream is $100. Okay. TV time for 30 minutes is $50. Xbox time is $50. Switch time is $50. Popcorn is $50. Yo, popcorn is overpriced. $50? Pop-Tarts are $25. Oreos are $50. Okay, that's a good one. Oreos, $50? And then $25, that bottom row is just a bunch of chip options.
I like that it says, I think it says exercise. What is this?
Earn $50 every 30 minutes. Walk, dance, stretch.
See, that's a sneaky, genius way to keep your kids like interested in playing or going outside or whatever.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now with Julian, where he's like, I don't want to go outside because number one, it's hot, but I have to find ways to trick him. Like my biggest one is for any parent watching who's got a kid about 6, 7, 8, when they start, I don't want to go outside. I go, hey guys, I want to show you something real cool. That's it. Just very vague. What is it? Put your shoes on. Sometimes I luckily walk into something where I'm like, oh my God, look. Oh wow, that's great. And it could be anything.
Right.
It's a truck that's like painted silver. Look at it. Oh, see? Oh wow. Sometimes I don't luck out and I have to pull it was right here. Guess they moved it. Oh, what was it? Yeah. Man, I can't even describe what it was. I gotta next time I see it, we'll come back. Okay.
You gotta put your shoes on faster next time.
Yeah. So sometimes I luck out and sometimes I don't.
See, you're a nice dad. I'm a mean dad because I would do the same thing. Like, hey, I got to show you something outside, and as soon as I got outside, just close the door and lock it and be like, play for a little while.
And here's your squash.
Let's throw a squash at him. Take that.
Eat that squash.
We're having a sleep train Colino again, which let me tell you what I appreciate more than ever since this move. I appreciate fast internet, which I don't have anymore, and I appreciate a full night's sleep, which I haven't had in like 3 days. Mm-hmm. Not 3 days, a week. It's been a week since we got into my mom's house. Colino hasn't slept through the night without getting up at like 1 a.m. and won't go back to sleep like at all. And it's because of the move. We're thinking it's because of the move. Like his routine is also jacked up. But what was I gonna say? Damn it. We're doing
sleep training again.
Yes, but here's the funny part is like my mom, like she has 4 kids, so she feels like, she's a pro, which she
knows it all. Sleep train? What do you?
Yeah. I never sleep trained you. That's like everything about Colino comes down to what she never did with us. Like I never did that. What is that? What? Huh. Oh, well, I guess. I mean, you guys could do that if you want, but I wouldn't do that. Yeah. But so the middle of the night, like the way we sleep trained Colino, I don't know if you guys did this, but it was we just let him cry. And we just set a timer. Like he'll wake up in the middle of the night, and then I set a timer. And if he's crying longer than like 30 minutes, then we would get up and go get him. But normally he'd put himself to sleep 15, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. My mom is like, that seems like too long. That seems too long. I'm like, Mom, you got to let him sleep. You got to let him work it out on his own. Like, he'll figure it out. He'll go to sleep. That seems like child abuse, really. Like, I wouldn't do. And she's saying this to me. She's saying this to both of us, knowing I'm immune to this guilt trip. Like, I know what it is. But Carlene is brand new. And Carlene is like, oh, that does sound like a long time. Like, I don't think we should. And I'm like, Mom, no, stop. Don't make us feel like we're bad parents, okay? We're doing what they told us to do, and it works. So the first night, we're like, we're going to let him sleep it out. Mm-hmm. The walls are thin at my mom's house. Colino wakes up. He's crying. I'm like, okay. It's been 5 minutes, and all of a sudden he stops crying. And I'm like, okay, cool. He went to sleep. And then I hear footsteps. I'm like, what the? And I go upstairs, and my mom has Kalino out, and they're watching TV. It's fucking it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
What is
And
she watching?
she turned him like she has
Look,
the
this is
news on
James
DVR.
Corden. He's
Yeah,
hilarious.
she has the news on DVR, so she just had the news on. She's like, he was in distress, so I got him. After 5 minutes, dude, distress. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna keep my mom from like just taking the law in her own hands, basically, with this kid, because it's her house. I can't just yell at her like, "Hey, no!"
Yeah.
It's like, and so that's what I have to look forward to tonight. It's like,
Yeah, you're in a tough spot, dude. I remember, so when Julian was first born, we moved back to New York for less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
And, first kid, like, you do research on things. Like, I've seen you do research on, like, cameras. So you do this research on stuff for the baby as well.
Yeah.
And we had a Bjorn, and it was like, boom, support here, blah, blah, blah. And you need this one because it supports his back. And you're like, cool. And I would have this Bjorn. And I remember I dropped them off at my mother's. I had to go do something. I was like, all right, here's the Bjorn. This is how you put it on. I showed her. Here's the bag. Here's all the diapers, bottles. You're all set. None of it used. None of it. I come back to pick up Julian. She's got like a bottle in her purse. She's got some diapers she's shoved into her purse. She's got this thing that she carried me in, and she carried my sister in. And when I tell you, it legit just looks like a long red rope. And puts the baby and wraps it, and this weird, and she's just carrying it. And Julian's like hanging off her back. And I was like, first of all, I was like, what are you doing? This is how I raised you and your sister. Yeah, I know, but you're supposed to carry him from facing forward. He likes to face forward, and there's no support on his back. Oh, and my mom does this all the time. Oh, so I'm a bad mother?
Yeah.
No. I didn't say you're a bad mother. We bought this thing, and it cost a lot of money to give him the right support, and so he can face forward. And, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the worst mother ever. No one's saying that at all. Just use the stuff I gave you, the tool, to make it easier.
I guess you could train me, Mr. New Dad.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do I do it?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do this before.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So you're
my mom does the same thing. Like, we'll like I'll say something like, oh, we need to do, we do this for Carlino, blah, blah, blah. Or Carlino say, we need to do whatever it is, fill in the blank. And if my mom doesn't agree with it, she'll just make a face. And it's like, we can see you.
Yeah.
And then her cover up is just like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know. That doesn't seem like. And then she just puts that guilt on us of just like, should we be doing this? I don't know. Like, I think we're gonna learn a lot. From my mom, but I think that it's gonna come with a lot of stuff.
So real quick, is that where you get it from?
What?
The face?
What face?
Oh, you do. Don't act like you don't do the thing. We've talked about this before, where I'm like, "Hey, Mal, idea," and you just. Did you not like that idea? No, I liked it. Yeah, then why is your face looking at me like that is the dumbest idea you've ever heard? It is.
You know what's funny? It is. That is where I got it. And Carlene is starting to notice certain things now too. And I'm like, regardless of who you are, like, you are going to become your parents in some kind of way. Like, I think it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But Carlena's like, she's been asking me the same question. I know why you do this now. Is it because you got that from your mom? And I'm like, well, I never thought about it, but probably, yeah.
Probably.
Like, my mom does things a specific way. and I'll ask her why. Like, why do you do this like this? Just because that's how I do it. No, but why though? Like,
That's
how
it's
does
done.
it? Why is this better than doing it like this? This is just the right way. But it says on the box to do it. This is how we do it.
Dude, you ever read instructions on something you thought you knew how it was used?
Yes.
Dude, I know this sounds like a bad Latino joke. Vicks Vapor Rub? Right here. That's it. Just right a little bit. Right here. Why as a kid, or even now, my mom still just rubs her feet, dude, in the Vicks.
No.
Swear to God. Swear to you, Mal. Rubs her feet with Vicks and then proceeds to put on socks. Rubs her feet, puts on socks. To hold it in. And dude, she did it one time in front of Katie, and Katie's looking at me like, you know, that's not how that's used. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Read the instructions, like, oh no, that's not how it's used. And then trying to get an answer from her, like, wait, why do you rub it on your feet? She tried to make it sound like, oh, think about it like a tree. It's my roots, and it goes in my whole body. And I was like, no, that's what? Because then that means that's how you would eat and drink water, but it's not. So, yeah.
Well, I lost the camera again because I got a phone call.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, I can refresh again, or we could just...
Go refresh. We're going to wrap up with this one video I found that I think people are going to enjoy. Like I said, I've been just trying to find ways for, parents and dads in general, just to feel like they're not in this alone. This kid right here. I don't know if you guys remember Snaps. Do you remember Snaps? That thing that you buy, like, they were like almost like tissue, and then pap.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this kid, I saw him and it just made me so happy because number one, it was like the nostalgia of like, oh my God, I remember those. And dude, this kid is hilarious because he does Mal Hall face where he does not react. Wow. No. Wow. I think the last one I heard because wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of kids, they just walked in. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What are you?
We're finding some more bugs to smash.
Oh, you gonna find some bugs to smash? Yeah. All right, go ahead, go have fun. That, by the way, is my face mask, my Money Heist face mask that I just lifted up here. Somehow he's pulled it over and made himself a warrior looking for bugs.
He looks like a ninja.
Yeah. So that's the kid. That's what I love about him, and that's why, like, I know you and I've talked about it. I think I talked about it on an episode here where, we got him the tutu. Like, he wears the gown because he loves to twirl. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. But then in the same breath, he does that, and I just love that he's exploring his creativity. And I'm just like, yeah, man, that's what he wants to do.
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Yeah, because I know some dads have issues with, like, you just gonna let him wear the tutu? Yeah, what do you look at him? I don't know what's going on in his head. He's having fun. Why not?
Yeah, we're doing it right, Eric. The last thing I want to be is the dad that's like holding his kid back from doing something just because society says no.
Yeah,
that's stupid. That's awesome. Wear that hospital gown out in public, Maddox. You should take him. You should take him to the hospital.
But that's the dad I am. I do not care. Like, I remember when Julian was little, I bought him the full Batman costume.
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, hey man, we got to go to Whole Foods. Like, this one, like, we were walking distance to Whole Foods, a couple blocks. I'm like, all right, man, let's get dressed real quick. I want to wear a Batman costume. All right, man, let's go.
Yeah. And
Katie was like, wait, you're gonna take him out like that? Yeah. What? He's 4. Like, yeah. And dude, he'd get such joy as he's walking, like, "Oh, hey, Batman!" Big little muscles and just, yeah, why not?
That's the way to do it.
That's the only age you can get away with it. Because if you're not walking around right now in a Batman costume, people are like, what is wrong with that weirdo?
People, first of all, people would be taking pictures of us for their Instagram stories, and they would not be making eye contact with us at all. Just like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. He wants money for sure. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining us in the live chat. If you have any stories or anything you want to send us about your kids, you can always hit us up, twoofakindtour@gmail.com. Also, you can leave us a voicemail or text message. The number's right there on the screen, 323-380-0205. We'd love to share your stories. If you have some interesting stuff that you've incorporated or doing during quarantine with parenting, let us know. Like, we're always looking for ideas. Like I just said, like I found that idea about the snacks, and that's something I'm definitely going to be using. And if you have younger kids, feel free to use the old, hey, I got something to show you. Get them out of the house and go as many blocks as you want. Get a nice little walk in. They won't know.
They will. No idea.
Follow my co-host right there at Mal Hall on all things on the social media. I'm at Erik Rivera Comedy. And like I said before, the way you guys can help us is by sharing our content. We put a post, share them, comment, tag some friends, spread the laugh. Join us next week. I am excited. We have a special guest. I don't want to give away too much, but he's also a comedian. He's a dad, and he's on this season of AGT. So if you can guess who it is, go ahead and guess. But if you can't, come on back and check it out.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun next week. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, and now we got to figure out this internet situation, because are you going to be? Is the car it? Is that?
I mean, this is for right now. This is better than the other way, in my opinion. Yeah. What do you think?
It's a lot clearer. We can hear you until you get a phone call and get knocked out. Maybe we should start like a Kickstarter or something.
Wow. That's what we're doing. That's how we're going to end this?
Yeah. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.